Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Engine Builder Show. On today's episode, our topic will be how to get your marketing agency to deliver amazing results. But before that, this show is brought to you by Business Marketing Engine. If you need unique marketing solutions to build your business, head over to businessmarketingengine.com. And now, let me hand it over to our host today. Hey, Gabe, good morning.
Good morning. Hi, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day. And one of the things that I find is pretty frequent that I hear in the entrepreneurial circles anyway is, I hired this marketing agency and they didn't get me good results, or it was good for a little while and then things just dropped off. And while I wish that was uncommon, it's actually something that I hear fairly frequently. And there's two sides to it. One is there's definitely agencies out there that don't have experience and haven't been doing it for decades, and are not producing results. That's a real thing. All of us as entrepreneurs, as business owners, as leaders, we have to be conscious of who we choose to hire and who we choose to work with. We need to make those decisions carefully, and so that's a real factor. And what I will also say is that just as frequently, because I have tons of agency owner friends, who are running large marketing firms and running agencies really successfully. There's plenty of times where I've seen in my own experience, and with talking to, like I said, to other agency owners and folks that manage agencies, there's plenty of times where there's a breakdown on the client side, and this is something that's really avoidable. And so I wanted to share some more about that today, because you definitely can get amazing results from, even, to be honest, a average or slightly above average marketing agency. They don't have to be the best in the world for you to get amazing results from them. And well, here at Business Marketing Engine, we really do pride ourselves in delivering world-class results, and we're obviously here to help you in any way we can. Even if you are to hire us, we've done huge national campaigns. We've done, just as an example, we helped a client generate over $750,000 in opportunities in the last 90 days on a project. So we get amazing results. I'm really grateful and blessed to have an amazing team here. And on top of that, the clients that do the best with us use these three things that I'm going to share with you today. So the first thing to pay attention to is get really clear on your expectations and the results that you want and that you need. Too often, as entrepreneurs, I see this happen to all of us as business, managers, leaders, as entrepreneurs. Too often, we think we're clearly communicating our vision, when in fact we're only sharing 10% of it. I was at lunch with a friend of mine earlier this month, and we were talking about how sometimes we think we're just super clear as entrepreneurs, but we just really haven't shared the full details. And my friend said that a team member was moving on to another job, and as on their exit interview said, I know that you think that you share all the details, but in reality, I think you only share 10% with us. And even though that I know that stung a little bit for my friend, probably, I've heard the same thing. I've heard people give me that same feedback, so I could really relate. But even though that stung a little bit, I think that's actually true for a lot of us in any type of leadership position, and definitely as entrepreneurs. We've spent hours and hours, and years probably in some cases, dreaming about what we need and what we want and the results that we want in our business, and as in the results from our marketing. But we're not always as thorough and careful as we could be in sharing that vision. And so getting really clear on expectations and getting clear on the results that you want is going to be key for driving results. And it's going to be key because then your team, the marketing agency that you hire, will be able to deliver great results. So if you need a specific number of leads per week, communicate that. If you want or need or expect 24-hour response time or 2-hour response time from your agency, I don't think 2 hours is necessarily required in all situations, but if you need that, then you need to communicate that so that they can charge you accordingly and really have the support system built around you that's necessary. So in getting clear on the results you want, of who you want to attract as an ideal client, the type of campaigns you want, the results that you want, that's really going to be a huge driver in you being able to really leverage anybody that you're integrating into your team, and especially a marketing agency. So get clear on expectations and be clear on the results that you need. The second thing, which is equally as important, is that you take full ownership of the campaigns by being a leader in the situation. And so, what I mean by that is you can hire the world's greatest marketing agency. You could hire any team you want, large or small. But until you take full ownership of the results, they're only going to be able to perform at a certain level because as the entrepreneur, as the business owner, as the leader, even if you're just running a division of a company and you're responsible for that marketing in that division or that department, you are the one that has the most information and has the clarity on the results that you want. And if you want to get results, then you need to take full responsibility and coach your team members, whether it's an agency or even internal members working for you, and coach them towards the results that you want. Where I see entrepreneurs fail is they go, oh, I just signed up for this marketing program, or I got this agency involved, and they said they could get me this result, and then you just step away and your hands off. That just shows the agency or the team members that you're working with that you're not that invested, and so you are leading by example in an ineffective way. Whereas if you lead by example and you're invested in the results, you're coaching, you're asking questions, and you're just really staying involved in the process, that's when you're going to get amazing results. And I believe that in so many businesses, regardless of size, really it is the leader's job in the organization to be driving sales and marketing, to be driving results, even if they're not technically the person doing each step. That's not what I'm talking about. But if they are saying, this is the result that we need to get as a team, and here's how do we get there, and they're coaching their team to get there, they're going to get much better results because they're actively involved and they're showing that it matters and they show that they care about it. And so that's something that is important to remember and really act upon, because it's easy to get busy in all the other things that we have going on in our roles. But without new leads coming in, without our brand growing, without revenue growing for the organization, then everything else is going to struggle. And so it's a key area where you need to take full ownership. That doesn't mean you do everything yourself. It means that you take ownership for helping your team get results. And so that's a key thing as well. And the third thing that I find that's just really effective in helping your marketing team, your marketing agency, whatever you do, the third thing is if you give continual feedback and at the same time give them space to be creative, then you're going to be able to really drive those results over the long term. So allowing your marketing agency to be able to try new things and be creative and test different things, that's what's going to get you your best results. Because if they're constantly iterating and testing and dialing in the offer and working with new marketing controls, then that's going to be helpful. And also your customer and your business better than them in almost all cases. And so sharing, what is this the right question to ask, or is this really the right copy or the right imagery? Here's what I've experienced when I've been in meetings with clients, or here's what I've heard my sales team is sharing right now. The more that you give that continual feedback, both critical of here's where I think we can improve, and positive feedback and reinforcement of like, man, these are great results, I want to get more of this. The more actively you communicate that, and the more that you give feedback, you're going to give your team the knowledge and information they need to keep growing. And also at the same time, I would encourage you to allow them to be creative and fail. Try something. If it doesn't work, great. Say, what did we learn? What would you do differently? Or, what did you take away from this? And if you give them that creative freedom, then they're also going to feel safe and be able to experiment with things that ultimately could, drive results in a huge way. And so those are the things that I know, having worked with tons of other entrepreneurs, and also knowing firsthand when I see, one of our clients give us this type of support, it really makes their marketing massively more successful. And so be clear on your expectations, the results that you want out of the marketing. Take full ownership of the campaigns, of the marketing, everything's going on, because you ultimately, as the leader, as the entrepreneur, as the person even just running the division, it's your job to take ownership for getting results, no matter which team members you're working with, internal or external. And then the third thing is give continual and clear and specific praise, feedback of what's working well, and give clear and specific, critical feedback of, man, this doesn't seem like it's on point or on brand, or this doesn't feel like it's working. So, how can we get back to the result that we're driving at here? So those are the key things that will help you be successful when you're working with a marketing agency. And as always, if you need help with any of your marketing, reach out. We'd be glad to talk to you and see if it's a good fit for both of us. Jethro?
Thank you, Gabe. And that concludes our episode today on the Engine Builder Show. We appreciate you tuning in almost every day. We hope you enjoy our content. If you really like what you see, then please hit that like, follow, and subscribe. Hit the bell as well if you want to get notified when we go live. Again, if you want to grow your business, head over to businessmarketingengine.com. And we'll see you again next time. Bye, everyone.